Hola, bienvenido a Cast and Chill Podcast.
Sounded a little Indian there for a second. Podcast.
No. Well, bienvenido a Cast and Chill Podcast. I don't know how to say the only. I don't remember how to say the only. I
El único.
Like solo or único. Yeah.
El único podcast.
Welcome back. It's been a while.
It's been over a month. There was no podcasts in November.
Yeah, it was no podcast November. That's why we didn't record.
What?
It was no podcast November.
Of course. Hashtag no podcast November. Every year tradition. Next year we're gonna move up to daily podcasts, but the whole month of November is gonna be not a single one.
And then the year we're gonna do hourly podcasts.
Yes, in 2021 we'll release one. We'll just keep it consistently live. Like anytime you tune in, we will be there.
Streaming.
Yes, constantly.
Did they say something? No, they just coughed.
It's just like our lives. We're just taking it around, like vlogging. Hey guys, what's up? And then we won't have any stories to tell because you'll have been there for the actual things happening.
Mm-hmm.
But
speaking of stories, we have lots to tell because it's been a long time.
It has been a long time.
Dean, how have you been? Wait, hold on. We haven't even introduced ourselves.
Oh, right.
I'm your host, Sam.
And I'm Dean. Aren't we supposed to do it backwards? Well, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's been a while.
It doesn't matter. I have to recreate all of it in a Premiere and After Effects anyway because I love myself. Because I updated and it broke.
Oh, nice. That's
Premiere. Not even really a story. The short of it is I updated Premiere, it didn't work, and even after changing everything, it still doesn't work. So that's great.
Damn. Well, pray for Sam in the comments, guys.
Let's get 3 Z's, a Q, and a Batman emoji.
3 Z's? Is that a thing?
What?
Is
the letter Z?
No, is there? Yes, obviously. Is the letter Z like an actual thing?
No,
I thought that was just made
no
up.
Batman emoji. I don't know why I said that.
Is there a bat emoji?
There is a bat. I'm pretty sure there's a bat emoji. I can find out right now with my new MacBook Pro.
All right, we get it. Jeez. Yes, there is a bat emoji.
No, I didn't. No, I definitely didn't tell you that I bought a MacBook.
You definitely did not. Since this is, after all, the Apple podcast, go ahead and tell us.
Yeah, no, I bought it because he was like, you know what, I want a laptop, and a friend of mine who does government contracted work said if you want to write code, might be a smart idea to invest in a MacBook, and I'm glad I did.
Did you buy it new?
I did. It's brand new.
How much was it?
$2,000.
Ugh, that hurt. Well, it's your money, Sam.
Yep.
But how's it been?
It's actually fantastic. I love it a lot. It's a really, really nice computer.
You don't find it like limiting at all? Because since you're like better with computers and stuff like that.
No,
really?
not at all.
All right. Well, I'm glad you liked it. I would like to get a Mac, but they're too expensive, and so I'm just gonna stick with. I say that as like my PC cost about the same as that laptop, but then again, this is a full PC, so.
There is a bat emoji. I can't confirm.
Yes, I looked it up like within seconds of us bringing it up, but. Thanks for confirming.
Email. Who's it from? Twitter.
You get Twitter emails?
Wait, no, that definitely was not Twitter. Then why the hell? No, it was Twitter. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess in terms of like stuff that's been happening as of the day that we're recording this, the YouTube Rewind came out, and since this is, after all, the YouTube News podcast, you want to talk about it?
I mean, I only skimmed it. It wasn't nearly as bad as the dumpster fire that was last year. It just seemed more tone deaf than anything else.
It wasn't even like really. I just like.
It's just boring.
Yeah, they were like. I guess like in their mind they thought, well, people hated the last one, so let's just do something completely different. But people still liked the format. Like there was some good years. I think it was 2013 and 2015 were two that like everyone always looks back on and they're like, wow, these are really good.
And to be fair, YouTube acknowledging that they fucked up last year,
yes.
that's you know what, that in itself is a W.
Yes, but I wouldn't even really like. It doesn't seem like it's even in the same category. It's kind of like very. It was just like clips for those of you that have not seen it. It was basically
safe.
just.
It was safe.
And people still like disliked it, and if you check the comment section on that video right now,
I mean, it was bad.
It was okay. So again, for people that have not seen it, it was basically just like the top 10 most liked videos, and it would show like a little clip of them, and then like the top 10 like top creators or something, and it would show like the top music videos, the top video games, and it would just show like clips throughout the whole thing with music playing in the background. It wasn't even like any of the other ones. It's the furthest from all of the other ones that we've had so far. Which, I mean,
It's very, very different.
yeah, it's weird. I really don't know what they're doing with these anymore. And now I can't wait to see what's going to happen next year.
I'm excited to see what they do for 2020.
I was kind of excited for this year just because I thought that it would be like just
worse.
I don't know. In a way, I kind of feel like this one is worse because at least the other one was so memeable. Like people were talking about it because of how bad that one was, and this one is just like there's nothing to talk about. It's just like a couple countdowns.
I think from a PR standpoint, this one's better.
Okay.
You know, I mean, the thing is, YouTube will never be able to do anything right, and I'm not saying that as being cynical. I'm saying that as someone who, someone who works customer support and is frequently, is shot because I'm the messenger. Like they're doing the best they can. YouTube will never be able to do anything right because everyone will always love to complain.
This is true, but at the same time, you've heard that saying that there's no such thing as bad publicity, and at least last year's true. Rewind got people talking. I feel like this one is just not noteworthy at all.
As much as everyone complains about YouTube, no one will ever stop using it.
Exactly. But yeah. So that happened today. What else has been going on in the world?
I don't know about the world, but something happened to me.
What happened?
I got my credit card stolen.
Oh, really? Where?
Yeah. So I should preface this. I never lost the physical card.
Okay.
Right? I don't know, and I don't know when, and I don't know how
Okay, so someone stole the info
happened.
then.
Somebody stole the information. Again, I don't know when they actually stole it, but they made it. So on, I think it was Monday, I got an email, and I was originally just going to ignore it because it's from my bank, and I skimmed them, but I took a quick glance longer than I usually do, and it said something about suspicious activity. I was like, that's weird. I haven't really used this card, but okay, sure, I'll check it out. And I looked at the email, and it said there was a $40 charge for a gas station in Florida.
Oh my god. Okay, this is completely unrelated, but a bunch of stuff kept happening like relating to Florida with like all of my friends. Like one of them kept getting phone calls from Florida to the point where it was literally like every minute, like the same person would keep calling them from different phones, even if you blocked like the number. They were all from Florida. And then there was something else, and I think it might have been something similar where like there was some kind of charge or something from Florida. Like apparently everything's been going on there.
In Florida?
I don't know, man.
No, but like it sucked because I have to now cancel this card and get a new one. Which sucks. They're from Florida, so they probably look and smell like swamp water.
Yeah.
And by the way, if by some small chance you're listening to this, I genuinely hope that you fall off of a bridge.
That's not gonna happen. Watch, they stole your credit card because of something that, like, online, like, that they knew through YouTube or something.
It has to be related to some kind of breach. I'm always very careful about, I went back and I checked every Twitch VOD. My credit card information was never on screen. So it must have been some purchase I made. And the sad fact is I won't know for sure, and I'm just going to have to be more careful about how I use it in the future.
Yeah, that happened to me when my PS4 PSN account got hacked.
Oh yeah, I remember you talking.
Yeah, that was like a while ago, like last year. No, I mean, basically this happened like about a year and a half ago, like maybe 2 years. But long story short, PSN is known for having like not great security. They've been hacked like the whole network multiple times. They've gotten better about it. It was worse back in the PS3 days, but it's still like not that hard. And so one time someone hacked my account and they bought, I think it was GTA 5 and FIFA with my credit card. And I had to call PlayStation, and then it was this whole like issue where I couldn't buy anything with PlayStation because it wasn't activated as my primary PS4, but since I had already recovered it once in the past year, I had to wait another year to be able to remotely recover it. It was this whole issue. And then at around the same time, my original PS4 also stopped working because the lights in my house, I think I've talked about this in the past, like would sometimes like every 2 months or so, they'll just go out for like a second and then they'll come back. But if you have like the PS4 or the computer on like that, that's like it's like really bad for the memory. So the memory on the PS4 just stopped working, so I ended up trading it in for a new one, and yeah, it was a whole thing.
You just reminded me. I need to check my card to see if the charges that they tried to charge post are marked as declined. Thankfully, but I have to keep my eye on it because if they do post, I have to.
You should have been like, yeah, I don't know. I got charged for this like $2,000 MacBook. I don't know where that.
Because the thing is, if they can, one, I didn't charge that particular credit card with this MacBook.
Okay.
Two, if they find that I was trying to pull that, I would have probably been forced to pay those charges I didn't pay. That's why, I was super honest. I was like, they were like, did you make this charge in Florida? I was like, nope, that wasn't me. I can prove that I was not in Florida because I was at work, and there are about 100 people that can vouch for that. Yeah, it just sucks. It's super inconvenient, and now it's gonna be this, whole thing.
Yeah. Well, I hope that everything goes well with that.
It most assuredly probably will. I don't know, but yeah.
All right. Well, in terms of me, still been going to school, been doing all that stuff. We got like all the finals coming up this next week, which should be fun. On my birthday, on the day of my 21st birthday, I have 3 finals, and then I have to go at night all the way to the other part of the university in the city that's like an hour and a half away until 10 p.m. and then come back.
Why?
Because we have a rehearsal over there for choir.
Skip it. It's your 21st.
I mean, like I said, like I've talked about previously, the only thing I was planning on doing was drinking 21 bottles of water, which I already bought, by the way. I have them ready. But yeah, my birthday isn't exactly...
Like, not fun.
Exactly, yes. But my birthday isn't exactly 1 week from when we're recording this on the 12th, so should be fun. But anyways, in terms of like school and that kind of stuff, I'm pretty sure that I've mentioned this before, but I am a music major, music education specifically. And as a part of that, you have to, your final semester, you have to do student teaching. But
is that what you're doing next semester?
No. This is my 3rd year. But I'm technically still a sophomore because music school, it happens to everybody. So that's going to be in about 2 years.
Well, not my brother. My brother's, this is his last year, and he's finishing on time.
Really?
But that's because he also, took, he frequently would take 21 credit semesters.
Yeah. I mean. So,
that's a thing.
That's kind of what you have to do. But,
hit that.
What was I saying? Yeah, so the student teaching, but you can also do a student observations, which is basically kind of the same, except you're not directly teaching, you're just kind of watching. Although you can, I guess, help teach if the teacher like lets you or whatever. And I know like a lot of my friends do it. There's like an official way to do it. You have to like apply with the school district that's like here in my city and stuff. But basically like, for a while, I just kind of been going back to my old high school and just like helping them with choir there, like after school for a bit. And nothing ever really happened because I still kind of look like a high schooler. It didn't really matter. And there was one time where I had submitted my application to get like the formal thing and everything. But they had been taking a while to like respond, and I just kept going like normal. And at the university, I ended up seeing a friend of mine that I used to know from back in high school, and it was always me, him, and another dude. And I was like, "Yo, when are the 3 of us gonna hang out again?" And so we did. We were talking, and I was telling the other one, I was like, "Hey, like if you want, you could like go to choir with me, just to say hi like to the teacher and like anyone that's there that like you still remember." And he was like, "Sure, why not?" And so the next time that I went, I took him with me. The thing is, he's like, I'm pretty sure like 2 months older than me, but he looks like 2 or 3 years older than me. And so I went in with him and literally been doing this for like 3 years, never had a single thing like ever, even like the slightest, like at all. And I go in with him, and as soon as I walk in, someone from the office is like, "What are you guys doing here?" And I'm like, we're just here for like observations. And they're like, "Did you sign in at the office?" And we're like, "No." They're like, "Well, you gotta go." I'm like, "Okay, fine." And so we go in. Here's the thing, we had gone in like it was about 3 minutes before school ended. Like the bell was like right about to ring, but I guess like we were just like, "Oh, it won't matter, like let's just go early," but whatever. So we sit down at the office, and the lady, she was like really nice. She was like, "Well, like, why are you guys here?" And like, "Oh, we're just gonna go to like choir just to like to say hi or whatever for observations." They're like, "Okay, I mean, well, school doesn't end for like another 3 minutes, but if you want, you can just wait here and then go afterwards." And we're like, "Okay." and like we were like, phew, like we got away with it. Out of nowhere, out of like the back of the office, some random ass lady stands up and she's like, you're here for what? And we're like, observations. And she's like, did you get approved by the school district? And do you have like your pass that can like do like blah, blah, blah and all this stuff? And we're like,
supposed to,
no. And she's like, well, right now you're technically trespassing and blah, blah, blah and all this stuff. And you can get in trouble. So you guys better like leave and not come back until you get approved by the official school district and all this stuff. And we're like, okay, fine. And so we leave, and I blame everything on my stupid friend because he looks too old. Anyways, so I'm like, damn it, just because I didn't wait those stupid 3 minutes for class to be over, now I'm gonna have to wait like however long it takes for them to like officially approve like the thing and whatever. And like I was so mad. And the next day I went home and I was checking on my application for the thing, and there was a page that had like a space for attachments, but it didn't tell me to attach anything, and so I just left it blank. But I was wondering maybe like I was supposed to put something on there, and so I was gonna call to I thought like maybe you would need to have like your transcript or something like that, because sometimes you need that. And so I called my high school and I was like, hey, is there any way that I could like still get my transcript so that I could use it for this thing? And they're like, okay, hold up, let me pass you to the person that's in charge of that. I'm there waiting for like 5 minutes and they end up just hanging up. And I'm like, okay, fine.
What the hell?
Let me just call the school district directly.
So you needed your high school transcripts?
I didn't know what I needed. So I was like, I'm just going to call and ask them like what I need specifically. And so I call and I'm like, hey, I had a question about like the observations, like application. And before I could even ask the question, they were like, okay, sure. What's your name? And I'm like, this. What's like your school ID? And I'm like, this. And they're like, okay, 1 second. Okay. And they're gone for like 2 minutes and they come back and they're like, yeah, so it's ready. You can come pick it up like right now if you want. I'm like, oh, okay. And so I went over there. I drove all the way to the HR building. I picked it up. And that same day I went to my high school. Keep in mind, this was a day after I had already been kicked out. Like one day I go back and the lady, and I go into the office and she's like, like she recognized me and she was like, do you have like the thing? And I'm just like bust out my wall and I pull out the paper, all cool. I'm like, yeah, right here. So yeah, that was fun. And then I ended up getting stuck there one day actually.
Oof. Oh, you got stuck in high school?
Yeah, did I don't think I told you about that. Basically, like I was gonna go in the morning because they were gonna have like a competition like that afternoon. They needed help like setting everything up. And so I went, and then I was going to go to my studio class back at the university. The thing is, I never, ever go to that studio class because I don't like singing alone in front of everybody. But this week specifically, I had to perform. And so
if you don't go, then how do you get credit?
Well, okay. Anyways, I was in the school, and I'm saying like bye everyone, like I gotta go to to the class or whatever, and I go to the parking lot and I get on my car and I turn it on and it just goes like and then it just stays like that, and I'm like, well,
what happened? Like, did you
now
like,
I'm stuck
the
here.
Battery die? Or?
It was something like that. What ended up happening was like my mom, after she got out of work, she came and dropped off the car. But this was already like way past after my class was like already over. And so I sent a message on the group for the studio and I was like, hey guys, car broke down, won't be able to make it. And literally everyone was like, sure. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. This time it's real. It actually happened. But nobody believed me.
Please tell me you sent a picture to prove it.
Actually, I had a friend was the one that told me that they were all like not believing me. But I ended up just staying at my house because I was like, I guess I'll just stay here and help you guys out. And it's actually funny because the director is not the same. Well, one of the directors is, but the main one is not the same that was there when I was there. Because the one that was there when I was there ended up moving, and this guy's like a new guy, and he's got like a bunch of tattoos on his arm, and he was like conducting or something, and I noticed that he had a tattoo of a green meteor, and I was like, that looks very similar to the Final Fantasy VII logo. That's kind of interesting. And like, I don't really know this guy because Again, he wasn't my director. Obviously, I talked to him because I go there, but I didn't know him too well. And then one of the times when I'm coming back, I'm like, well, I'm sure it probably just looks similar. And then I come back and he's showing like these guys that were there in the choir his tattoos, and he like had rolled up his sleeve, and he has like a tattoo of the 4 little sprites from Final Fantasy 1, like the mage and the warrior and the black mage and the thief.
Shit.
And he's like, yeah, this one's like this and this, and I'm like, oh my god, like
That's just you in the future.
yeah, it's me, I guess. Yeah, he's a choir director, likes Final Fantasy, and it's funny because the pianist at the school also like plays Final Fantasy a lot. But
Cool.
yeah, so I guess now I found out we have something in common. So yeah.
Oh, that's nice. That's neat.
Mm-hmm. But
yeah, my brother's gonna be home. He's finishing up school and he's gonna be home. It's amazing. I live.
is this his last semester?
Yeah, he's doing observations next. Or no, he's doing student teaching next semester.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I won't be able to just have the house to myself anymore. Basically,
Oof.
I'm gonna have to start making moves to get my own car and move out, which sucks because student loans aren't easy to pay and they make it so hard.
Well,
Fucking website. No, it's designed to confuse you. It really is.
I'm sure it is. Like unironically. But I guess in terms of the world, I'm pretty sure that since the last time we made a podcast, Disney Plus came out, and this is after all the Disney podcasts. Yep. So
we're not ever going to talk about Disney anymore now that it's out. Yep.
Do you have it?
No, I do not.
I don't have it either, but I want it. Everyone else has it. And honestly, I didn't think that it would be as big as it was. I thought it would, like, I don't know. I guess I wasn't expecting it to be that big. This is the only way that I can put it.
Yeah, it's
I mean, I know that it's Disney and I know that it's all that, but like it seemed kind of specific. It seemed like, oh, it's like how much stuff could they really have, like, to make their own entire service?
They have all the Avengers movies there.
Yeah, and Star Wars and and Fox too, and it's like, yeah, it all makes sense. And to be honest, I've talked about this before, but I'm the type of person that will open Netflix and I'll look for something to watch for an hour and a half and then just go back to YouTube.
Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes. I started watching Star Trek Discovery on CBS Access. It's a good show.
Is it new?
Yeah. Yeah, it's in the same continuity as the original series from the 60s.
Okay.
I actually watched an episode of that last night with my dad.
The old one?
Yeah, the original one.
Huh. I've never seen it.
It's very corny, but I mean, it's,
as opposed to every other 60s media, which is like super serious, as we all know.
No, I mean, it's an interesting show. It was very ahead of its time.
Was that the... I forget if it's that or if it was another show that like they just kind of lost a bunch of the episodes, like the original like
That's Doctor
tapes.
Who.
Yeah, okay.
Doctor Who lost a lot, because the BBC's really used to be notoriously terrible at archiving their stuff. I think there's a bounty out on some of the episodes.
Really?
Yeah, they're saying, if you have these, we will pay you. Because we don't know where they are.
Just imagine you're that dude that like recorded everything with those old like recording like onto a VHS thing, like while it's live TV. Man, do you remember that?
Yeah.
Because I don't. That's it. That's the joke.
Your face.
God damn it. Joke. Well, anyways, so did you do anything fun for Halloween?
Did I do anything fun for Halloween? I did not. I had work, and then I came home, and then I did not give candy to trick-or-treaters.
Really?
My great uncle was staying with us for a little while.
Okay. Yeah, I ended up for the first time doing anything kind of like semi, not super boring. I ended up inviting a bunch of like friends, and then we went trick or treating, and we had like a little like I guess like a small party type of thing. But pretty much none of us dressed up except for one dude who was wearing like a Jack Skellington onesie, and that's about it. But it was still.
What is he? A high school bisexual? Like,
yes. No, he's not. But the point is, we ended up going trick-or-treating, and this one thing happened where there was like, I think 5 or 6 of us, and we were all just kind of walking around. Earlier, we had taken my little sister to go get candy. But I'm always surprised by how early Halloween ends. But I guess it makes sense when it's on a weekday, because it was on a Thursday this year. And so like by 9, everything will already be dead. Well, at least where I live. I'm sure in other places it's different.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. I mean, it was over pretty early here as well.
Yeah, and I remember. Again, I assume that it's because it was on a weekday. Maybe next year it should be on a Saturday, right? Because of leap year. I think that's right.
I'm not 100% sure.
Well, anyways, after we went out like with my little sister, we ended up just going around like walking like just the group, and we're walking, and there's still like cars and like some people, but it's not super full. And like as we're walking, all of us just kind of hear like off of the corner like of our ears, you just hear like, "Do you want to play?" And we're
no.
What?
Oh,
and there's
no.
Okay, so there's a car right next to us, and so we're like, I was like, someone in that car like just like said, that, and like we're kind of like one person walks up to the other person, and is like, "Did you hear that?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's like someone said that." But and like we're like looking around, and I'm looking, and all the windows in the car are closed. So I'm like, how did they say that? And like, how did we all hear it if like the car is closed? And out of nowhere, I see a friend of mine, Ralph. Now, Ralph is a bit of a bigger dude. And he was standing all the way to the back, and out of nowhere, I just see him like bolted ahead of the group. He's like in the front, and he's just walking like, nope. And I'm like, what? And I turn around, and directly behind us is a super tall dude dressed up as a clown.
No.
Yeah. And we were all like, nope. And we just start going, and like one by one we start losing people. Like one person hid behind a car, and then we didn't see them, and the other one like crossed the street. And we were like, it got to the point where there was only 3 of us, and we were like, let's just keep walking. And then we crossed to the other side of the street on the sidewalk, and he like crossed over too, and he was following us.
How many of you were there?
Well, at that point there was like 3. It wasn't that.
And jumped him.
I mean, I didn't want to risk it. He could have had a weapon or something. But eventually we were walking, and we ended up finding like this big family that was still out, and we just kind of like stuck with them, and eventually he went away. But that was like really weird. It was pretty scary, and eventually we found everyone again, and I guess now we know who would just kind of run for their own lives if we're ever in a situation with danger. It's good to know who your real friends are, I guess. But we ended up walking to the park, and we were there for like, I don't know, 40 minutes or something, and then we started walking back to my house. And this car that had like 5 dudes all wearing like masks drives like really fast right next to us with all the windows rolled down. And he just like turns like right to our group, and he screams like, "Yo, where the hoes at?" And my stupid
comedy, yes.
My stupid friend Roman, he says something like, I don't remember what he said, but he said like some sarcastic like response, and I was like, you just shouldn't have even bothered. And then like the car stops, and it goes ahead, and it U-turns, and it comes right back to like where we are. And at this point, like one of my friends, he's like pulling up his sleeves. He's like, all right, I'm ready. Like let's do this. And he's like, he's kind of like warming up, and he's like, whatever happens. So the car parks. The dude that's in the driver's seat opens the door, gets off, walks over to us, and then as he's standing in front of all of us, he takes off his mask, and at the same time, everyone in the group goes, "Gustavo?" Like they all knew who he was. He was a dude from the choir from the university, and we're like, "What the hell? What are you doing, bro?" And we tell him like what was going. Yeah, I know. That's such a Spanish soap opera reveal. Gustavo. And now every time that we're out and we see anything, we're like, imagine like you pull up and it's just Gustavo. Like that's like the go-to joke that we have. But anyways, we were telling him like everything that happened like with the clown and how the dude was like ready to fight or whatever, and he's like, "Oh, you wouldn't have gotten me." And he pulls out a taser, and he just goes like with the taser. We're like, whoa.
Oh my god.
And this one girl that was with us, she was like, "I had pepper spray," but like that's it. That we would have we wouldn't have made it. So it's a good thing that we knew who he was. But I think that he only called us out because he recognized us.
Gotcha.
So yeah. Anyways, Halloween, it's fun.
Your Halloween sounds way more fun than I did.
Yeah, and then we came home and just played music because music majors. Fun.
Gotcha.
Um.
Sword and Shield came out. And
Oh yeah. Wait, you said it? What did you say? It was pretty
they're
good.
I like it.
I've been hearing people complaining about it.
Well, you're always gonna hear people complain. Who have you heard complain?
Oh, I mean, I haven't actually looked into any reviews or anything like that. I've just kind of heard people in general.
I think it's a good game.
I
think it's a good game. It's fun and I like it. I like it a lot.
Okay.
I took a break from the story to Shiny Hunt. And,
have you found anything?
Nope. And I am too I'm in too deep to quit.
At this point,
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna continue to hunt over the weekend, and if I don't find what I'm looking for, I'm just gonna go beat the story.
Oh, okay. I know a friend that on Black Friday he bought a copy. It wasn't my friend. It was my friend's brother. He had bought like a copy of I think it was Shield, and they were in Walmart, and he bought it, but like they still kept like just going around like buying stuff, and at some point he ended up like losing the copy, and he couldn't get it back because I guess he couldn't like prove that he had bought it or something. So he ended up just basically I don't know. I don't know. But at that point, anyone could just come back with a receipt and say, "Hey, I bought this and like dropped it. Like, can I have it? Can I have another one?" Or whatever. Yeah. I don't know how it works, to be honest, but all I know is that in the end, he ended up just throwing away the $60.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That fucking blows pee-pee.
Wait, did you get your Mac on Black Friday?
Nope, I bought it like in October.
Oh, damn! I guess it has been a while. My Black Friday was so boring.
Yes, I mean, I bought a case for my laptop, and that's it. I got some G Fuel too.
Of course. Are you gonna submit a picture of you with all your G Fuel bottles?
No.
You should.
Well, speaking of that, PewDiePie got fucking robbed.
Oh yeah, since this is after all the PewDiePie, since this is after all the PewDiePie podcast.
Fuck whoever did that.
Yeah. But that wasn't his actual house. It was the house that he had in Japan. Yeah. Okay.
Well, they're moving there.
Yeah, I know. I didn't watch the whole video, to be honest. I haven't had a lot of time.
Somebody robbed my house. Epic.
Epico.
That's what he said. That's what he said.
Really?
Yeah. Somebody robbed my house. Epic.
Is that the whole video?
No, I don't know if that's the whole video.
Okay.
But I think he kind of did it to take the piss on the Ace family who made this. Fake video that their house was robbed.
Yeah. I'm trying to find the video now. I don't see where it is.
Did we talk about their wedding? Because if not, it was fucking beautiful, and I love them.
Yes, we did a while ago, actually.
We definitely did.
Okay, Baby Yoda, blessed images. I should have listened. I summoned the forbidden terraria, stock
Baby
images.
Yoda,
did he delete the video?
I don't know.
I don't see it.
The blessed images video made me smile because it was such a good video. I love blessed images.
I haven't seen his videos in like a week because again,
there was
haven't had time.
One of the blessed images was like a text chain between this guy and she. It was like this. So the sent text was like, dinner's at 6:30, and the guy's like, who is this? Your grandma. Send a picture, and then like the grandma was white, and then the dude replied with a picture of himself, and he's like, you ain't my grandma, because he was black.
Okay.
And he's like, can I still have a plate though? She's like, of course. That's what Thanksgiving's all about. That was in 2015. They've had Thanksgiving dinner together every year.
Damn.
They're like family friends though. It's so wholesome and I love it.
How was your Thanksgiving, content. Sam?
It was nice. I ended up not having to work like I thought I would. I had Thursday and Friday off. So I had a nice 4-day weekend. It was beautiful.
Nice. Yeah, I had Thursday and Friday off too. But on Tuesday, I ended up having the Friendsgiving thing, which I also hosted. Apparently, I had to host everything this year. I'm not doing the Christmas party. My other friend is doing the Christmas party, although we are doing a Secret Santa, and I don't know what to get the person that I got, but that's irrelevant. Anyways, we ended up like, I've never cooked like anything, like any real food, but we ended up like between all of us, like buying all the food, and we like cooked the turkey and did everything on our own. It was a mess, to say the least. When the turkey was done, we could not find the forks that you used to take it out, and so we ended up moving it from the pan using, I want to say it was like about 5 knives. I have a video of it. It's literally like 3 people holding 5 knives, just stabbing the turkey and trying to move it over, and it just kind of falling apart. But it was still fun.
Friendsgiving one year. I don't know. One of my things for 2020 is I want to try and get out of my comfort zone. Out of my comfort zone more.
Mm-hmm.
Do more stuff and all that.
That's
palaver.
That's been me this whole semester. Not gonna lie, in part to something that you told me, Sam, but I might tell you about that after the podcast. But anyways, yeah, it was fun. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something about the turkey. Damn it. Well, actually, no, God no.
Taking a turkey.
What was there anything I was gonna say? Well, yeah, it was fun. We made the turkey. We all ate it. There was a lot of leftovers. I could have sworn that there was something else I was gonna say about Thanksgiving. Oh well, if I remember it, I guess I'll.
It's on my Thanksgiving. I sat with my brother. We were chilling in his room, and we're both playing Pokemon on our Switch. And I look up at him and I say, "Did you ever think that we would still be close and civil in our 20s playing Pokemon in your room?" And he looks back up at me. He's like, I did not think that we'd be here. We've been playing Pokemon since I was 6 and he was 5.
Mm-hmm.
We fought a lot growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Brothers often do. And now we're close. We're close, and we just hung out in his room and played Pokemon.
That's nice. Yeah, actual Thanksgiving Day, I didn't do much. I mean, we did have dinner. It wasn't even dinner. It was actually lunch. We had everything for lunch.
It's like dinner. It's like
for
some reason dinner is at 4 p.m.
Yeah. But it was still fun.
Why?
But no, like the whole Thanksgiving thing, it originally started that me and my 2 friends wanted to, I was like, hey, like the 3 of us, let's just cook a turkey. Like, let's just do it. And we were like, sure, why not? And this one time that me and the friend were at the mall, we ended up running into another, like, this group of, the main group that I hang out with is these, like, 3 guys, including me, and 3 girls. And we ended up running into the other 3 girls at the mall. And we were like, hey, what if you 3 also made a turkey? And we made it a competition. So we were going to make 2 turkeys and try to see who could make the best one. The girls were absolutely going to win, for the record. We just wanted to do it for fun. But in the end, we ended up not having enough money for 2 turkeys, so we decided to just all work on it together, and it turned out pretty okay. It was pretty fun. That's good. Yeah, and then you were talking about Black Friday. I didn't get anything on Black Friday. The only thing that I did was I went to Starbucks with 2 friends, and I didn't even get anything because they messaged me like out of the blue, and they were like, "Dean, Starbucks right now," and I'm like, okay. And so I go, and they pull out like they're sitting at a table, and they pull out this entire like basically arts and crafts like thing. And I'm like, what is going on here? And they're like, we need to make ornaments, fake ornaments, like out of paper with everybody's name in the choir, like all like 150 people, because we're going to hang it on the tree that's on the wall. And I'm like, okay. And so we stood there trying to get the perfect sphere shape and the perfect font in letters for like a couple hours, writing everyone's names, and in the end we didn't even finish it on time. But yeah, that was my Black Friday. Didn't really do much.
Gotcha.
Have you ever actually like gone? I remember there was one Black Friday where you and I called, but like at midnight.
I kind of remember that.
It was like midnight or 1 a.m, and
I don't think I have ever gone though. No.
Yeah. Cause I remember that I was like, yeah, my whole family left for Black Friday shopping. And you were like, me too. Like it was like right after Thanksgiving, and we were just kind of chilling.
Right. Nothing. Yeah. I'll tell you though, and I'm pretty sure we might have mentioned this offhand. Nothing will ever beat you, me, and Godly Goku staying up until 5 a.m. laughing.
This still to this day, the hardest that I've ever laughed in my life was that night.
Yeah, no, I laughed so much, and I laughed way too hard. My cheeks hurt.
Yeah, the next day, my cheeks still hurt the next day from laughing. That's when we ended up making.
You guys are probably thinking, oh, they probably laughed, for a good 20 minutes. No.
It was an hour straight.
for hours straight. I'm not kidding.
We for some context, we ended up making like basically a fake Twitter for this person that we made up, and we just kept like making ideas for like this person's backstory in their life. Yeah, we're not gonna go into it because it's really dumb and none of it exists anymore. Sadly,
we should do an unabridged history of.
Oh my god, we'll try someday. But yeah, I wish that like all the stuff was still there, and I believe that earlier in the night you had actually streamed. So like part of it was on stream.
No, it wasn't. I had streamed in the entire time. We were live until 5 a.m.
Did you really? God damn! There's like there's no way that we could somehow get that back. Like maybe some kind of archive.
It's in the ether, and I wish it wasn't.
This is why every single stream that I've ever done, I back up because you never know.
Well, in the future, yeah, I'm going forward, I'm gonna do that now.
Yeah. But
because I could never do that again.
Nah, I mean it was very specific circumstances, and
it was not planned. It happened. It was a crime of circumstance.
You can't really plan stuff like that. But yeah, oh yeah, the freaking Sonic redesign happened.
It's so good.
Yeah,
it's good. I'm excited for this movie. I'm not gonna see it. I'm excited for it.
Oh oof. It comes out on Valentine's Day, right? I'm not even gonna be home. I'm gonna be in San Antonio for TMEA.
For what?
It's the Texas Music Educators Conference. I think I've talked about it before. Like basically every music teacher and college student goes, and they have like all state choirs and bands. It's fun, and I'm probably gonna see a bunch of my friends that I haven't seen in a long time that are also music majors that just live in other cities.
That's sweet.
Yeah,
that's sweet.
Also, teacher like my high school teacher that ended up moving cities, he'll be there too because he's still in Texas. So yeah, it's cool.
You should try and make it down to New York City for New Year's because I'm gonna be going down there with some friends.
That's a lot of money. I have $35 in my bank account.
Hey, go ahead and ask your mom.
I'm good. I'm already wasting a lot of money going to San Antonio on in February, but I should hopefully have a lot of fun stories to tell. Maybe even a little vlog. Who knows? I haven't made a proper vlog since I went to San Antonio.
I'm planning one now. I'm gonna do Discord Family Feud.
Hey, that sounds fun.
I'm hoping it's gonna be fun.
Can I be in it?
Yeah, sure. No, I mean, well, yeah, for sure. I mean, the families they're basically gonna be Discord servers.
Oh, okay.
It's me and Tables are gonna host.
Hey.
It's gonna be like Family Feud. We're probably gonna throw some other stuff in there to make it a little bit more entertaining.
Okay.
I'm gonna make up the board in a web browser. It's gonna take some planning.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it'll be a fun way to start 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost 20. Like I remember talking about rebranding for 2020 back in like October, and it felt, or even like August. I'll say it felt so far away, and now it's like in less than a month.
Yeah,
it'll be 2020.
It's pretty crazy, honestly.
Yeah.
Not that I'm gonna go into like all the details, but I think I can pretty safely say that 2019's been like my best year up to this point in my life. It's been really good for me.
I'd say 2019 was a pretty good year for me. The end of it sucked ass, and it still sucks ass. I'm going out on a real low note.
Damn. But well, hopefully things will get better for you next year.
So. I'm trying. I don't want to get too into it because it's gonna be a whole thing.
It's a whole thing.
It's just, I don't know. I've been trying. I got it, but the reality is I have to try harder to make some changes.
All right.
But I will, and I'm gonna do that for myself.
Well, good luck. And I guess in a year you'll come back with the update. We'll look back at this exact date, December 5th, 2020, and we'll update you guys again on what's been going on. Watch, we'll be reversed. I'm gonna be having a real shit year, and you'll be doing great.
You're not allowed. There's another video I want to make called "Absolutely Dominating Depression."
Yikes!
Where it's just gonna be a super wholesome video of like me. So it's gonna be like me twice, where I walk into the room wearing a sweatshirt that's just labeled depression, and then I'm gonna have a cup that's labeled my homies, and then a bottle of water labeled big sad juice, and I'm gonna start to pour it, and then another me is gonna like tackle him.
Well, don't give it all away.
It's just gonna be that like, and then it's just gonna be me T-posing over the fetal position depression for a good minute and a half.
God damn. Well, I can't wait to watch the video. You haven't posted in like a while, right?
I've just been not. I mean, I've been working and trying to find more work and trying to pay bills, and it's a
well, good luck.
It's hard to record when you're only.
But when are we gonna get part 2 of the tier list video, Sam? It's been months.
I'm pretty sure that raw footage might be gone.
Oh my god.
Nope, I still have it. All right.
Didn't we do Disney in that tier list?
Part 2.
Okay. Because I have an official list of like my favorite Disney movies, and it's become kind of a meme like at this point, because literally I have never told anyone my favorite Disney movie. Not Pixar. My favorite just Disney animated mainline movie. Like not a single soul knows. And all my friends really want to know what it is. And so we're going to end up having a Disney Renaissance marathon. If you guys don't know what the Disney Renaissance are, it's basically like the 90s Disney movies for the most part. We're going to have a marathon of all 9 of them at some point this month, probably when we do the Secret Santa thing, which is fun because I haven't seen some of them in a while. And I'm just going to be nerding out about them the entire time. But yeah, it's gonna this time I'm not hosting that. That's gonna be hosted by my friend Ralph, who actually there's a funny story of something that happened with him. We're in a class that's called, I think it's called like Introduction to the Music Teaching Profession or something like really long like that. All right. And as a part of that class, one thing that we had to do was interview a music teacher. But the teacher knows that if she just let us interview whoever, we would all just cop out and ask like either our current teachers or teachers that we had before. So basically people that we already knew. And she wanted us to interview people that we weren't familiar with. So she picked friends of hers, because she's from New York, actually. So she picked friends of hers that she knew in college when she went to New York, and that are music teachers
Where'd
now.
She go? Do you know?
I have no clue. But she picked like a bunch of people that she knew, and she told us like their emails, and she was like, here's the people that you can, pick and whatever. And we were like, okay. Me and my friend did not do the project like at all. We forgot. We wrote the questions, but we didn't actually pick any teacher, and it was already due, and it was like you can't really schedule an interview if it's due like in 2 days. And so what my friend decided to do was ask another one of our friends for her interview questions and what the person said. And they were like, I'll just change it up a bit and like kind of make it look like I interviewed her and just had like similar-ish questions.
That sounds really dangerous.
Okay, so he did that, and I just decided to take the F. And
that's
he
right.
Submitted it, and about 2 days later, he messages me and he's like, Dean, I'm scared. And I'm like, what happened? And he says, the teacher just flagged me for academic dishonesty. And I'm like, oof. And he was like, oh my God, like, am I going to get kicked out of the school? Am I going to like have to drop the class? I'm like, what is she going to do? Am I going to get in trouble? What's going to be going on? And he was worried about it for the longest time. Keep in mind that he also always skips her class. And we didn't have, this happened on like a Saturday, and we didn't have that class again until Tuesday. And so he was kept in suspense the entire time, but she was basically like, I need you to talk to me, after class on Tuesday. And he was super worried the entire time. He did not know what was going to be going on. I was like, well, I guess it's a good thing that I didn't turn in the assignment, because, yeah, that would have happened to me. And, Tuesday comes and we're there, and he's, the class happens, and afterwards I'm just kind of waiting for the class to be over so that he can go. He ends up going with her, and I actually had to leave, so I didn't get to talk to him until much later. And later in the day when I finally saw him again, I was like, what ended up happening? And she was like, or he said, she basically just told me that if I had an issue and if I hadn't done the interview, I should have just told her about it. And then she gave me a D on the assignment. And I was like, are you kidding me? So he didn't even get in trouble. No. She let him get away with it.
That's kind of ass.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of ass.
Flagged him for academic dishonesty and everything, just to be like, don't do it again. But I guess it worked, because he was terrified for like 4 days straight. He did not know what was gonna happen, and he didn't want to tell anybody. And that's the same. Oh my God, this stupid friend of mine. He's the same one that was like ready to beat up the dude in Halloween.
Yeah.
His car, he's the one that like usually drives, especially when we have to go to the other part of the university in the other city. He's the one that like will drive us there. His front, or I guess it's, what is it called? The rear view mirror, the one at like the front of the car, it just kind of broke off, like it fell.
All right.
And he told his dad about it, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll fix it, you know, like eventually." And so we drove the entire way there, like the hour and a half it takes to get there, with no mirror. Almost died, but it was completely unrelated to the mirror thing. This dude kind of like just cut him off, and there was a truck on the other side, so he couldn't really do anything, and that was fun. But anyways, he ended up going with my other friend to pick up a bow tie for that friend. Because we had our concert and he didn't have a bow tie. And so he was like, okay, I'll just go to like 30 minutes to this other friend's house. He used to be in choir. Actually, it was Gustavo's house because he used to be in choir, but he's not anymore. And so he's not using the bow tie. So they go all the way over there and they ended up getting lost. And at some point he's backing up and he backs right onto a giant fence, with a pole sticking out of it. And they're like, well, there's that. And he obviously couldn't see it because of the mirror. So he parks, goes to the back, and there is a ginormous dent on the back of the car. Like the entire back is dented in. And to top it all off, the whole window just gone. It's just absolutely broken. There is no trace of that window left. They ended up getting the bow tie and making it back in time. And I lent that other friend that needed the bow tie, the jacket or the coat, because the one that he had didn't fit him. And while he was wearing it, he realized that he actually had left his bow tie in my coat from the last concert.
Oh
so
my God.
All of that happened basically for nothing.
For nothing. Speaking of car trouble.
Yeah.
Recently, the part of the country where I live, it got hit with a lot of snow. And I've had my license for a little over a year.
Okay.
I've just never had the drive, and I've just been fortunate enough that I've never really had the drive in snow. So this is the first year that I had to do it. Jesus fuck, it's one of the scariest things on the face of the planet.
Oh, I can imagine.
You know, when the roads are bad, I live on the top of a hill. So I have to go down one hill, and then I have to go down another hill. At the bottom of the second hill, I started to slide. I'm like, this is it. This is how I die. This is how I'm going to die.
Yikes.
Thankfully, there was nobody behind me, so I was able to correct, but Christ. It's like, imagine turning, and your car's like, no, maybe I'll just keep moving. Not quite the way you're trying to go.
God. Yeah, no, that does sound pretty scary.
Thankfully the car was fine. I was fine, obviously.
Okay.
It's just...
It's rough. It's been a rough month with cars, apparently. The same thing that happened to me earlier. Yeah.
It's been a rough month. All this shit in Florida. People getting robbed.
No, I was gonna say like that's why Audrey says that she doesn't want to learn. Although I think she's kind of using it as an excuse to not learn how to drive. But like she lives in Canada, so it snows like all the time.
I mean, I said the same thing. I don't want to drive because of all this. It's so liberating. Like when you like on the highway, I was scared to do that. But like when you drive above 50 for the first time, it's like it's liberating. It's liberating to go that fast.
I feel like
maybe not the first time.
I feel like it's actually a lot easier to drive on the highway than people think. Like I think in some ways it's actually easier than just driving on like a regular.
I think to some degree you're right, but it is kind of terrifying. You know, like what exit you have to get off, and you might not be in the right lane. I think that part of it is still pretty terrifying.
Yeah, a little bit. But I think it's also a lot easier to. Okay, I'm not saying that you should zone out when you're driving ever, but it's a lot. You don't have to think as much because you're just kind of going straight until you have to like get out.
Yeah.
And just make sure that you're a good distance from like the car in front and behind you, and that's it. Whereas if you're on a regular road, you have to like turn, you have to go this way, and then you have to worry about the car that's coming in and the dude that decided that he could make it even though he couldn't really. It's a thing. But yeah. So, how long have we been going for?
Almost an hour.
All right. Anything else?
If I have anything else. I'm trying to think if I have anything else that I want to mention.
I think that's about it for me.
I mean, I've got one kind of small thing.
Go for it.
So, we've mentioned before our website. What we're gonna do. We didn't mention this in the episode, but I'll mention it now. I don't know if this episode's going to be the first one or a subsequent one, but in 2020, we're going to soft relaunch the podcast with a sort of season 2, because we sort of, disappeared for a little while there. Just so you guys know, I haven't talked to, I just kind of brought up the idea to Dean, but Dean, since you're here, maybe we do like a slight rebrand, not like a complete, maybe like a, just a slight change to the logo, to sort of, make it seem kind of new and fresh. I don't know, something to think about.
Maybe. This is going to be episode 10, so I guess it's a good, nice round number.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess we'll see. We'll keep you guys updated. Like always, you can follow the Twitter, and we're everywhere that you get your podcasts, except for that one. What was it, Stitcher? Because apparently you have to pay to be on that one.
You can also email us at contact@castandchill.com.
Cast the letter N chill.
That email is hosted by Exchange now, which is cool, which means it's very robust. It's not hosted by my website provider. It's an actual email that's hosted by Microsoft.
I think
so that's pretty cool.
I think that because of the name that we picked, we're officially going to be one of those brands that has to say that's Cast the letter N chill, like every time that we spell it out or anything.
It's funny when a recruiter looked at my email, she's like, "Now your email address is samuelquinones@samthek.com." I'm like,
"At what?"
Oh no, yeah. My website is samtheq.com.
Oh, that.
She's like, "It's Sam Thek." I'm like, "Oh,
Thek." Just go for it. Just own it, Thek.
I think it's some booty butthole has samuelquinones.com.
Oh my god, that reminds me that yesterday I was at my freaking. This is a short story.
Go ahead.
Okay, yesterday I was at the studio party that we have at the end of every semester, because there's 3 voice teachers and all the voice students are split between those 3 teachers for their lessons, and so each one of the teachers usually hosts a little party, like a get together thing at the end of every semester. And so I was there, and he had the music on a Christmas station, and I don't know where this really weird rap song starts playing, and we're like, what is that? And he goes to check it, and keep in mind that he's this super serious choral university professor, and he just goes and he says, apparently the name of the song is Rudy the Big Booty Reindeer. Yeah, that was the thing.
I just checked. If you want, you could buy deanweiss.com.
Really?
An email. Yeah.
Damn.
It's $11.99 for the first year.
That's
and if you made your own GoDaddy account, you can get 30% off.
Hey, that's not that bad. I might at some point.
And you set up an email
when I'm not poor.
deanweiss@deanweiss.com.
Imagine. Oh god, that'd be so dumb.
You could just do dean@deanweiss.com.
Dean.
Mine is samuelquinones@samtheq.com. It's a little bit long.
Sam Thek.
I think it's fine. Yep, that's gonna be a thing until I die now.
Yes. But
thankfully, the website banner makes it a little bit more obvious. I have a new banner now, actually. If you go to samtheq.com right now, check it out. Made by my friend Tables. It's really nice.
All right.
No, it's just Dean, go check it out right now. I want to hear your reaction.
I'm good.
Bro, come on.
I'm kidding. I'm going. Okay, hold up. My website. Here we go.
Let's see when the
samthek.com. It's loading. Still loading. Still loading.
Seriously?
Yep.
Is your internet that bad or what?
I mean, we're on a call.
Oh, that's true. But mine loaded in 3 seconds.
Let me reload it. I mean, I used the link that was on your YouTube channel. Okay, there we go. Hey, is that supposed to be a ribbon around it? Like it's
Kinda,
wrapped up?
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Something like that, yeah.
All right.
I didn't give Tables that much He did that with very shitty instructions. That's the thing. My friend Tables, he's super talented. He threw that together. You can also hire him. If you go to twitter.com/untableTables, you can hire him to do graphics.
Oof. All right. Well, there you go.
But gracias para thanks for watching the Cast podcast, the only podcast where you fuck up the intro in Spanish. Tune in next time. Should this be the first episode of season 2, or maybe the next one? Maybe 11 should be the first episode. I think.
Maybe we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
figure it out. But expect season 2 in 2020.
Yes.
We'll maybe do a very slight rebrand to sort of go with that. Check out the website. I'm actually gonna finish it. The web page will not be a landing page anymore.
Fun.
And yeah, join us next time when Dean spits.
We'll actually go to the
seeds.
ranch this time. Yeah, I know that was like 4 episodes ago, but this time for real.
To the ranch.
All right. Bye.
Bye.